So today I got my neighbor's Craftsman T1200. His belt came off on him this morning while he was cutting the grass, and he said this is the 8th time this has happened. So I'm going to remove the deck and take a look and see what the issue is. I'm first going to start by lowering the deck to the lowest position. Then I'm going to remove the following pins. You got one here, one on the other side, right there, and this front one here. We'll also need to remove that cable right there that tightens the belt.
And I often spray a lubricant on the clips and pins, and it just makes them much easier to remove. And keep in mind, guys, my neighbor bought this mower used, so your clips might look different. These might be something someone else added on, a different style retainer clip. Now, one trick you can do on this mower is put that lift pin into that bracket, and then it'll get it out of your way. You can lift the lever up, and then it'll clear this bracket here on the deck so you can slide it out easier. Now I'm just sliding it out a little so I can get access to this deck belt engagement cable. It basically pulls the bracket back to tighten up the deck belt. So with it like this, I'm going to remove that. And once you have this little clip pin removed, you can pull that cable back through this bracket, and then the metal cable will slide through so you can release the spring from the bracket on the deck. And just be sure you put this cable somewhere where your tire will not run over it if you do move the mower, and make sure you don't run over this cable. It'll rip it and damage it. And be careful moving, and definitely don't drive if you don't have this front linkage removed. Now with the deck fully removed, we have easy access to check out everything. We're going to remove these two idlers to get them this belt past those little guards right there, and we can just look at everything. We're going to also release this little spring here that puts tension on the deck belt tensioner. And once everything is free, we can spin the idlers, we can check the bearings in the idlers and in the spindles. Ideally, you don't want them to hear any noise. You want to make sure nothing's touching them, like the little brake shoes. That's why I'm holding with my hand here. I'm holding the brake shoes away from the sheave of the spindle, and I'm listening for any noise. This one is a little bit louder, but it's not very rough. It still feels okay. So we're just going to proceed and change this belt. And one thing to keep in mind, the way these belts are engaged is this tensioner pulls back like this, and it pulls tight on the belt and around these sheaves right here. There's normally a guide around these sheaves that keeps this belt on from popping off like this when the tension is released. On many mowers, not all of them, but many of them that operate like this need those shields on there to keep that belt on when the tension is released or the blades are disengaged. But I have those shields removed at the moment, so you'll need to remove those, and you'll also need to remove these two idlers. Now this idler, which is on the left side of the mower, if you're sitting on the mower, is the only tricky one, because you might have to remove that spring like I just showed you, and the bolt can fall down through like I'll show you here. But also you have this little bushing there, and you have this little belt guide there, all separate pieces, so you got to keep those, make sure you line those all up properly when we reinstall it. And now it's a good time to just purposely feel those bearings with your finger there. And so we'll set this off to the side and remove the other side. So next up was finding a replacement belt. I figured it would be easy to find since this is a pretty common mower, and like most mowers, they'll have a label underneath the hood with a lot of common replacement parts right there, and there's the belt number that I needed. Went to Lowe's, did a little bit of cross-referencing. Oh, and by the way, these labels on the engine, that pertains to the engine. If you need to know something about the mower, you know, you get your model number and serial number are on tags, usually on the back of the mower like this one here. I normally don't look up parts for Craftsman, but it wasn't hard to cross-reference this, and on the Lowe's website figured that this was the part number that would replace that Craftsman part number. So this belt should work right here. So now it's basically just putting the belt on into the right position, as I'm going to show you here. I'm going to slide this idler in there. I already have the bushing bolt in place. Put that idler on. But on this side, I'm going to cheat a little bit and just put a little flat piece of metal to keep that bolt from falling through the hole in the deck. And then that way I can just one step by step, one step at a time. Like say, for example, I forget my belt guide here. Put that on, make sure it's in the correct place. Put our spacer on, then the idler, and make sure you put the belt between the spacer. So it's good to have a piece of metal there to hold that bolt, because you got to hold all these little things into position at one time. And once you get this all tightened down, you want to just check everything, make sure the belt feels good, it's lining up everywhere. Make sure all the idlers are turning properly, especially the two we just tightened down. Make sure they're not in a bind. Now we can put the spindle covers that also act as belt guides. Now it's important to realize that these belts are grooved, they're V-grooved, and those sheaves that are on top of those spindles are also V-grooved. And so you got to make sure that belt is inside of those grooves of the sheave that's bolted on top of that spindle, and not in a bind when you're putting these covers on. So before reinstalling this deck, I'm going to take this opportunity to go ahead and clean away these big chunks that have accumulated on the bottom side. And for the sake of time, I'm going to speed this up, but the way you want to do the reinstall is simply slide it back enough where you can hook up that engagement cable. Make sure that's hooked up right, slide it all the way in. I personally like to start at that front linkage, then do the back linkages. Then after you get the deck installed, feed that belt through the belt guide and around the sheave that's attached to the crankshaft, the engine crankshaft here. You see how it's V-grooved? Now the back side of this belt you see is flat right here, but if I turn it over, it's V-grooved right there, and you can see the flat side is what makes contact with this flat tensioner pulley right here on the tensioner arm. Now the pulleys that come in contact with the flat side of the belt normally have those flanges, as you see, like this one does, at the top and the bottom. So on this mower, it doesn't have a clutch. Basically the belt just tightens up, and you can see how loose it is when it's not engaged. So I'm going to raise the deck up and down, and I will show you guys also. I'm going to tighten it up right here. See how it just tightens up, and that basically, it starts to slip on that crankshaft pulley, and it starts to turn everything as it gets tight enough. But I'm going to show you some slow motion footage and show you how much these things flop around, these belts, because they do move around quite a bit. So here's some slow motion footage. The engine is already running, and I'm going to show you how I start to engage the blades. That belt tightens up, and you can see, look at everything wobbling around. Got the tensioner over there wobbling. You can see the brake shoe over here on this left side spindle, to be right side on the screen. That little brake shoe's wobbling around. Now we're going to show you a disengagement, and watch how loose this belt gets. If it didn't have those guides everywhere to help keep that belt on those pulleys and on those sheaves, it would fly off. So that's why those spindle covers are so important. They're also keeping the belt on the spindle. This is that little brake pad I could see on this left side spindle that was wobbling around really bad. They just make contact with the sheave on top of that spindle to slow everything down when you stop the blades. And guys, whether it's a commercial belt like this one here, I'm going to show you the V groove right there, V, Goes into those sheaves on top of the spindles, and it's flat right here. And just like on this mower here, once that belt gets in a twist and it's run, like you cut grass with it accidentally being installed wrong or whatever might be, if you run it with it twisted like that, it's never going to not jump off. It might run, it might cut half your grass or whatever, it's going to start jumping off, and it'll never act right again. So guys, I hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and check out some of my past videos and playlists that I'll have